What does it prosper a man or profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul? We're going to start off with scripture because Mr. Johnson, you love quoting and thumping scriptures up there. And this is something I think is special for you. So I thought I would state that to you.
You are the one who put us in this issue, and we are the taxpayers, the taxpayers. We are the ones who put you there. So the less you can do is do your job and bring us our safety back.
So me as a father, and I know that these places are against fathers. They're against husbands. I'm a married man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm standing up for men. I'm standing up for these homeless shelters that y'all got our people in that got mold, that got rats, that got roaches, bed bugs, etc. And y'all putting them in nice hotels. You know, what's going on with that? How's our people? Y'all that bring Chicago home needed to fail. And I push for it to fail. Because if you want to bring the citizens of Chicago home, them people that's already in shelters, especially our veterans, they died for us. They died for us, especially our veterans. Put them in CHA properly. House them. You ain't got to spend no dime as much as the millions and billions that been spent for these immigrants here.
But you know what? Once they done using you to lead us to slaughter, they're going to put you in the grinder next. That's how it always happens. And don't play on our emotions with Harold Washington, okay? Because he did do a great thing. But what you did in March 23, that was a slap in the face to all Americans, not just black Americans, okay? The reason why I bring us up is because we are in a national crisis.
Why would you bring them here? And why would you push them on the black community, the most poor of all? And you got the audacity, you black ones I'm talking to, the audacity to bring in an illegal immigrant? Why would you do this? Sell out. And your mama. House in.
Brutal takedown. Citizen after citizen slam mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson. If you don't know, guys, of course you know, Chicago is a mostly black city. And Chicagoans there absolutely are raging mad at the Democratic Party and the Democratic leadership. There have been several outspoken citizens, groups, organizations that have all turned against the Democratic Party because of them funding illegal immigrants and putting them in the black areas and not any other area, and also taking away funding for the black community in order to give to these illegal immigrants, and funding that they have not been able to get in their communities for decades. They're now just freely handing these things out to these illegal immigrants. And so now I said illegal immigrants like 30 times just now, but hey, it is what it is. Sorry. Undocumented migrants. They don't even like to put the undocumented on there anymore. But hey, Joe Biden, our president, even said illegals. So there's nothing wrong with it, according to the woke mob now, because he is the leader of the woke mob. But I just want to go over a few of these. I'm finding this video very funny. Again, this is just at an actual city council meeting, but there are TikTok videos. There have been people in the press or black organizations that are absolutely fed up with this black Democratic mayor and all the black leadership, and they are done with Joe Biden. And most of them are saying they're going to vote either undecided, but the majority said they're actually going to vote Republican. And this is where we're seeing a huge swath of black people actually turning away from the Democratic Party, because not only have we seen they've given us no results, they give us lip service like hot sauce, playing the saxophone, or buying us fried chicken when it comes time for our votes every 4 years, but they're not really making a difference in the community. Black people are worse off than they have ever been. And so all Americans are. I'm making this about black because specifically a lot of black people have been pigeonholed on the Democratic plantation and feel as though there's almost like Biden said, well, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. A lot of the Democratic Party messaging and black Democratic leaders make it feel as though you're some Uncle Tom or a bedwench, or, you're a betrayer if you don't vote for the Democratic Party, as though you're not a free thinking individual, a free thinking American that can choose what you want to vote for. They want you to identify as black. They want you to identify as woman. They want you to identify as queer. They want you to identify as everything else but American. They do everything in their power to divide and conquer us. And this is how they have kept so many communities down. This is how they keep us at war. This is how they keep us fighting each other instead of fighting the elites for all of the misinformation and the misdeeds and corruptions that they're actually doing. But let's take a look at a few of these citizens who were not playing with them today. Here we go.
I'm a constituent of the Gage Park neighborhood. Since June, you decide to turn our park into a shelter. Our community is running lawless with illegal Venezuelans taking over our streets. We feel like prisoners in our own homes. As a taxpayer, we can't even enjoy our own park anymore. We are unable to take walks. Our amazing programs have been removed, especially for the disabled children that live near this park. We worked hard to improve our park, our neighborhood, but because of your irresponsible move, this is not impossible. Their illegal cars are parking on the residents' permit street. They are selling food without permit, causing traffic, yet no police reinforcement to help us. Guys are standing on the side of the building, doing God knows what, riding their bicycles around the neighborhood and looking to break into our houses, garages, and cars. Smoking weed and drink in the park in broad daylight. You guys threw us to the wolves, and now we have to deal with the trouble you brought to our neighborhood. Unlike the illegals, as a legal immigrant myself, I know what I had to do to enter your country. I was required to do a background check, vaccinations, pay an expensive fee, bring a work letter from my previous job. Shall I go on? Some might be good, but the others are here to cause trouble. For example, my neighbors had their car broken into, packages stolen from their front yards, and someone pee on my property. Yes. I'm requesting Alderman Vasquez, Mayor Johnson, and those who made this decision to walk our neighborhood and see what's happening there. You want to look good by helping them, yet we taxpayers are left behind. We are now being put in harm's way because of the crimes they commit in our neighborhood. Your no-consequence policy tells them it's okay to commit these damn crimes. Now, what about the citizen and the legal immigrants who came before them? We're still waiting years for our own families to enter this country legally. It is frustrating to see our voice censored and feeling hopeless. Finally, we know the illegals are returning in the middle of the night, parking our residential permit area, acting if the shelter is a bed and breakfast. They need to leave now. We want our park back, and we demand that. It's not fair. You guys putting us in jeopardy. Kids cannot go outside. 2 weeks ago, someone was peeing in my yard. A lady grabbed a branch of a tree and took my package from Amazon. They are breaking to cars. 6:53 a.m. I have videos to prove. Break into cars, and we cannot do nothing about it. Cops come, they see, and they go away. Selling food all the time.
Child? What did I tell you? Even legal immigrants, okay? They are different. Those are legal, okay? There is nothing wrong. If a person is a legal immigrant here, I love them. I support them being in this country. They work harder to be American than most of us. Let's keep it a buck. They have to go through huge hurdles to become an American citizen, and it takes decades in order to earn that. Okay, so we have no problem with someone that's coming here to live the American dream, wants to work hard and do it the right way. The issue is, like she said, you have somebody who came here legally who is upset with the illegal immigrants, but yet people on MSNBC like Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow say that those of us who are against illegal immigrants and what they're doing to this country, what they're doing to these cities, what they're doing to law-abiding citizens' property and their actual rights. When we're upset about that, then we are just racist against brown people. Really? This what y'all want to tell us, that we're racist? Is she racist as well? So you telling us, gaslighting us and telling us what we're seeing, what we're experiencing, what we're feeling is not real? Make it make sense. So let's go on to the next one, because this is spicier than I thought, and I'm enjoying it. But as a side note, I'm just going to say to the Black community, especially, y'all voted for this. Y'all wanted this. They ran on sanctuary cities and letting the migrants across the border, and you had no problem with it when you thought it was just a Texas problem. But you had no idea they were coming to invade your neighborhood, your backyard, your front yard, your streets, your schools, your community centers, your programs. The funding that's for your community. See, you thought you were safe, so you voted for these things. But my, oh my, have the tables turned. And now you see these liberal, woke, feel-good policies. Like she even said, you do that so you look good. And that's why you guys voted for them, because it looked good, it felt good, it sounded good. And you thought we was all kumbaya, all minorities the same, all Black people, all illegal immigrants are the same. But you see now they don't care about your Black behind at all. Especially when they can bring these people in and turn them into citizens like they want to do, and actually have a new voting bloc. They don't need your Black tail anymore. So Black people better wake up and get their behinds off of that plantation, because this is just the beginning. More things will keep happening and more will be taken away from you. Let's continue.
I'm more so in celebration mode. See, I came down here for homelessness, and try to get housing, rental assistance, etc. And it seemed like y'all playing a political game with my family, and I'm a straight shooter. So you just got, I can withstand the truth. So I can understand somebody say, no, we ain't giving y'all nothing. I can respect that. Just tell me just like that. I ain't helping you get nothing. But y'all giving these migrants something. They keep on coming down here, the people, pressing, hey, this what's going on in our neighborhoods, this what's going on in our neighborhoods. And then the news don't even show what need to be shown. That's right, fake news. That's why you got more real news right here. You see, because I've been doing investigations, because when them migrants first came to the 49th Ward, I gave them clothes. I gave them coats. You see, so I know what's going on. And I kept saying that for the longest. Well, I know you people don't know what's going on to the extent with this migrant and this immigration stuff. Because if y'all so much saying that Texas doing this and Texas doing that, why everybody college parked outside them shelters that's employees, their license plates have Texas on there? Give me that job, man. I do security. Why you giving this to somebody from Texas? You see, that's what's going on.
Wait, is he saying that they actually have people from Texas that are up there doing security or doing jobs to maintain these migrants? Wait. And he's saying this is not being reported on the news. This is not what they're showing on the fake news. They're not showing that they actually need Texas to help them fix their city, fix their migrant crisis. Say it ain't so. You mean racist, bigoted Texas? Y'all need them up there, them big old Chicagoans.
Don't help me come out here. I told y'all, I had to let go last time because it's stuff involving my child. So me as a father, and I know that these places are against fathers. They're against husbands. I'm a married man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm standing up for men. I'm standing up for these homeless shelters that y'all got our people in that got mold, that got rats, that got roaches, bed bugs, etc. And y'all putting them in nice hotels. What's going on with that? How's our people? Y'all that bring Chicago home needed to fail. And I put for it to fail. Because if you want to bring the citizens of Chicago home, them people that's already in shelters, especially our veterans, they died for us. They died for us, especially our veterans. Put them in CHA property. House them. You ain't got to spend no dime as much as the millions and billions that been spent for these immigrants here. these migrants here, these asylum seekers here, which ultimately are illegal here. And there's people here that been going on the radar, they can't get a green card or work permit, and they've been here 20, 30 years. Seniors, panhandling on the street because they can't get nothing. I'm for the people. And I ain't come to...
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments.
Thank you very much for your comments. Thank you very much. And why Mayor Brandon standing up there? You see him, this fool, standing up there like he's not culpable, like he doesn't have anything to do with what's going on. Standing there just like he's really taking it from the people. But what this man had to say was that he was a little bit of a comedian with it, but he was speaking truth. And what he was saying, like he was celebrating because it's like people coming together. He's actually happy Chicago's falling apart because they have been mistreating the citizens of Chicago for decades. And especially our veterans. And when he talked about fathers and husbands, we already know how the court system treats a man. A man is a second-class citizen in the United States. And let him be a black man, let him be a white man. Oh, no. But if he's an illegal immigrant, man, well, he can do whatever he wants and the system will let him get away with it. While they have our veterans in shelters who can barely get into shelters, there's no room in the shelters for them. But the ones that they get into, they're infested with mold, rats, roaches, while these illegal immigrants are put up in nice hotels. And they're not given anything. They have to beg and for months, years. They have to stand in long lines, all types of things in order to get $1 from the government. They've gone over and they bled for us. They served our country. They were promised the American dream, and we don't even take care of our veterans, but we take care of illegal immigrants. Why? Because they don't care about American citizens. For them, it's all about power and control, and they know if they just keep handing out everything to these illegal immigrants, they're going to find a way to make them citizens, find a way to allow them to vote, and that's what they know. Oh, well, if we treat them good, they're going to always be in our pocket. They don't care about Americans anymore, and they certainly do not care about Black Americans. And this is the Democratic Party. Don't blame the whole government. Don't blame all the parties. You blame the Democratic Party that you voted into leadership. They're in Chicago, they're in Illinois, and they're in New York City and all of these other woke liberal cities that don't give a damn about anybody but themselves.
What does it prosper a man or profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul? We're going to start off with scripture because Mr. Johnson, you love quoting and thumping scriptures up there. And this is something I think is special for you. So I thought I would state that to you. We're going to talk about this executive order of yours that comes from 2023-16, where I'm not going to read it all because I don't have the time. But one thing I want to point out is how you made it clear that you're going to stick these people in our neighborhoods and that we have to just accept it. That's absolutely not, because we've talked about this since last year when most of you older people who did not stand up with us and reject the sanctuary city. Now, I got a problem with that. And I spoke that on December 14th. So I think we need to cut down the staff of the older people here. How about that? Because you all are not all representing us. How about those who stood up and represented us? Then you stay in your offices. But the rest of you, goodbye. Because that's how we're going to see it when it's time to vote. That's where we're going with that. Home, Illinois 2021, that's when it came out, and Bring Chicago Home. Robbery. They both are for homeless causes that you all claimed they're for. You and Pritzker need to sync up because both of you all are trying to pull the same number, which you claim is homeless. And I think you might recall that I said, I'm out here helping the homeless. I got a recording from a homeless that also said, y'all just don't care. You just don't care. There, hearing it straight from the homeless. Now,
So I think what she's saying is that they claim certain number of homeless so that they can keep their budget inflated, so that they're saying that money's going to the homeless, but the homeless are saying like they're not doing anything for us. She's actually on the street interviewing the homeless, talking to in the community and seeing where is this money going. It's not going to the homeless. Are they considering the illegal immigrants there in Chicago as the homeless? So that money's not going to homeless veterans or people in need or people at risk. No, that money that they, you know how everything is, you know, they want to defund the police. They want to do all this because they need to put more money at these at-risk people, these at-risk homeless individuals. But really it's going to the illegal immigrants. Wow. See, and this is why you got to listen to the people. This is why we know these politicians don't care what these people have to say. That's what this woman just said when she was rejecting the city being a sanctuary city. See, not all the black citizens that are there in Chicago voted for these people, voted these people in. There are black people who voted against this, tried to campaign and tell the citizens don't do this, but no one would listen. A lot of the older black people that you will find now, which she spoke on, and she's an older black woman, okay? She sounded like a church lady because she's so much Bible thumping, and she knew her scripture. So she's an older black woman, but she said a lot of you find the older black generation is on the Democratic plantation because that's all they knew. They didn't have the social media. They didn't have access to certain things. So they just believed the lies. And it was like a groupthink mentality. And a lot of that still exists that has been passed on generation to generation in the black community. But now the younger generation of black people have woken up and seen it's not true. We don't have to, a lot of the policies that they're instilling, a lot of the things that they want to happen go against us, go against our community, go against us as individuals, as Americans, because we're not black first, we're Americans first. We are not second-class citizens that have to be identified by our race or our gender. And women like her, she's tired of it.
OTC, Work Opportunity Tax Credit, 400 plus businesses. Hyatt, which is Pritzker's company, all are hiring refugees and kicking all of y'all out. Now, how about that for news that's not being broadcast? See, I do my digging, I do my research, and all of you all will know when I step up here to this mic, I bring the facts. I don't bring no opinions. So you all need to be careful of how you think you're treating us, because we coming for this. We bringing our city back. We removing all these illegals that's breaking our rules and laws, and we're fed up. So it needs to stop. Get your police out there and stop them breaking these laws. I got a lot more to say, but since my time is up, I think I picked on the most important, essential matter. Get it cleaned up.
Thank you.
I don't want y'all to steal my minutes. Even though those clocks are up here on me, they tick quietly and quickly. Illegal immigrants. Something is wrong with black people. You got all these black faces in high places and you get nothing. Who will let knock on my door? I don't know you. Where you come from? Who's your mama, your daddy? Are you a criminal? Are you a pedophile? You're not getting in. You're not. Your ass not getting in. Excuse me. I don't know nothing about you. The young lady say a background check. Who are these people? Where do these people come from?
If you're not understanding, he's saying these people are knocking on his door. This elderly gentleman in the community, they're knocking on his door, demanding and telling what they need from him and begging and stuff. And he's like, who are you? I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're a criminal. I don't know if you are Geppetto. That's what we call it here. Geppetto. I don't know what you've done. I don't know your background. I don't know if you have good intentions or bad intentions. We don't know anything about you, but yet you're able to just come up to my door as an American citizen, as an elderly gentleman, and do this, and it is no questions asked. And at the black leadership, where he said, what's wrong with you? You've allowed these types of things to happen to an older gentleman like me.
Why would you bring them here? And why would you push them on the black community, the most poor of all? We are in a caste system here. And at the bottom of this caste system, black people. I'm not talking about India. I'm talking about right here. And you got the audacity, you black ones I'm talking to, the audacity to bring in an illegal immigrant? Why would you do this? Sell out. And your mama. House in. Yes, I
Did he call him a sellout and an Aunt Jemima? What? Normally that'd be reserved for people like me, okay, that came off the plantation. But he said, okay, brother, okay.
said it. Because that's the way you act. It's something wrong here. It's something evil here. It's something corrupt here. What is it, Mr. Blakemore? All of these people here are Democrats. All of them are Democrats. Well, over in China, they got a one-party system. In Chicago, they do too. Yes, the most corrupt city in the United States. The most racist city in the United States. Who said that? Dr. King? Dr. King, what is your criteria for corruption? Bert and all of them get indicted, stealing, and just terrible here. And these young people are coming here, and they're looking at me, and they're looking at you. Now, you all make your opinion. It's something evil here, something corrupt here, something un-American here. You're going to bring in the illegals? When they wade across the Rio Grande, they're not wading across to help black people. But they are selfish people, and we black people got to be selfish. Self-preservation is the first law of nature. And that preacher talking about loving everybody. Black people love you. Love you.
Thank you very much for your comments.
Thank you. Please.
Hi to everyone. My name is Juana Galan. I'm from Gage Park neighborhood. I'm here to say to all representatives, you are the one who put us in this issue, and we are the taxpayers. The taxpayers. We are the ones who put you there. So the less you can do is do your job and bring us our safety back. And I have the right to say it in Spanish as well, and I will. Estoy representando a la comunidad de Gage Park. Ustedes pusieron este problema en nuestras manos.
Now I know some of the words she's saying, guys. Spanish was not I took Spanish, but I'm a little rusty. But this is the second legal immigrant who was talking about the illegals, okay? Illegal people here that they make us believe that the legal immigrants here are for this. They are not. So are you telling me Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow and all of the Democratic Party, this woman is racist against brown people? The first woman that spoke that was also a legal immigrant, she's racist against brown people?
And we are the ones who can take you back the power. That's all.
Thank you.
I want to start off by saying it's nice to see the young people here. All right, I have a heart, okay? I do have a heart, but what I do not appreciate is your issue with us and our need for self-preservation, okay? This country has not made it made clean with us as African Americans here. We should not give them a pass on what happens with us here, okay? You appointed a deputy mayor of immigration because we have a refugee immigrant crisis. You've been having a crisis in the city. Where's our deputy mayor? A bunch of boulets sitting here, okay? A bunch of boulets sitting here. And Vasquez, you are an alderman. When have you stood with your people out there protesting? I saw you 2 Saturdays ago at Pritzker Park at 4:30 p.m. Why you find the strength to protest with them? Even after you give these people work permits, okay? You need to be honest with them. It is highly expensive to live here in Chicago. There will be an additional burden on the welfare system. We don't need that. How many schools did you all close? You got over 5,000 of their children in the schools. You didn't build any new schools. But you want us to focus on giving these teachers extra money. This is you guys' future. Okay? I don't see how, and I hate to play the race card, but the government has given us no other choice but to play the race card. And stop asking these people for anything. You're supposed to be demanding. Okay? But you know what? Once they done using you to lead us to slaughter, they're going to put you in the grinder next. That's how it always happens. And don't play on our emotions with Harold Washington, okay? Because he did do a great thing. But what you did in March 23, that was a slap in the face to all Americans, not just black Americans, okay? The reason why I bring us up is because we are in a national crisis, okay? But when anything is of scarcity, they take from us first. That's why we are in here so loud, screaming in your ear every week about our issues. Most of our time has already come, but we have to fight for our kids. Because they're the ones you're going to have to worry about in a minute.
All right, guys, this video is long enough. I just thought this was amazing that you are actually seeing the real American citizens calling out these things. But the black community, we've got to look in the mirror and see what we have voted for. We've been gaslit to say, you know, everything Republicans do is racist. Everything is racist on the other side, and gaslit. And when we see their actual policies are racist, that's where the real racism lies in America. And we see these issues happening. And now, but again, we felt safe because we were in our cities. We were far away from the border in Texas, but now we are feeling what a small percentage of what the Texans have been feeling for years, for decades. And now that this is on our doorstep, now this is on your doorstep, you see where the Democratic Party's loyalties lie, where all these woke and feel good and look good messaging gets us. It gets us to chaos, destruction. And at the end of the day, you realize your own black, what they always say, why are you speaking about your sister? Why are you putting your brother down? Why are you doing that? Are they doing the same thing? Are these people putting their brother and their sister down who are in office? Are you going to say the same thing to them? Because what they're finding out is that all skin folk are not kinfolk. Just because we're the same race doesn't mean they have our best interests in mind. And I think it's time for us to wake up. But guys, leave a comment below. If you're still here at the end, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you on the next one.